Well, guys, man, this Indiana Fever team is a team in turmoil, and it's all surrounded around Caitlin Clark. This team has jumped out to a 4-4 record, 500 on the season, 10th in the WNBA, and it's a lot of aspirations for this Indiana Fever team because they do have Caitlin Clark. And you know what people think about Caitlin Clark? Her stands think that she is the best thing since sliced bread, and she is the best player in the WNBA. And that's far from the truth. The truth of the matter is that Caitlin Clark has put eyes on the WNBA. If you want to have her as the cash cow, let her be the cash cow. If you say that she got the women paid, let her say she got the women paid. But as far as a basketball player, she has a lot of holes in her game. And this Indiana team has imploded. There's a lot of things going on in this Indiana team. And surrounded around these issues, man, it seems like the house is burning down. Now, latest information out that they have fired one of their longtime reporters in Scott Agnes for covering Caitlin Clark the way he does, and they revoked his credentials. This team has a long way to go. They have a lot of growing up to do, and we're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man, I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. This Indiana Fever team, man, this is the topic of discussion, man. They got the internet going crazy. They're going viral for the wrong reasons. And the reasons are after the game with the Portland Fire, there was a blow up during that game between head coach Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark. And we all saw it. Everybody made what they wanted to make of it, but Caitlin Clark did come to Stephanie White's defense, and she pointed out some things. Actually, she was basically giving a direct shot to her stands, talking about y'all make things more than what they are, and y'all read into it too much. And then a lot of people say that, oh, she's supposed to say them good things about her coach. And I covered that in a video that I did about the situation. I knew they was going to use that as an excuse that this was a PR stunt, that Caitlin Clark was supposed to say this about Stephanie White, supposed to say that Stephanie White was a good coach. But see, it was a ripple down effect. Now what has happened is the Indiana Fever as a team had a 2-hour meeting to air out all their grievances. And a lot of things that happen in the locker room and team meetings and things like that, it's supposed to stay behind closed doors. Now, this is how bad this team is disconnected. One Sophie Cunningham took it upon herself to talk to the media about the meeting that they had for 2 hours, airing out their dirty laundry and their grievances. And see, this is all surrounded around Caitlin Clark. And the reason why I say it's surrounded around Caitlin Clark, because this team has eyes on it every day. Anything that they do, everybody is judging it. If the team looks bad, they blame it on the coach. If Caitlin Clark don't play good, they blame it on the coach, or she's not the coach for Caitlin Clark. They need to fire her ASAP, get somebody in there that's just going to do everything that Caitlin Clark wants to do. Her stands want her see her with the ball in her hand at all times, telling everybody else to get out the way and just let her play. But Stephanie White has challenged Caitlin Clark, and Stephanie White has challenged supposedly her best player, as what her stands say is the best player on the Indiana Fever, and she is coaching her. And a lot of people don't like the way Stephanie White coaches Caitlin Clark. So what does that do? It causes a little division within the team. Everybody's going in their own direction. And Sophie Cunningham aired out the dirty laundry to the media and it caught everybody off guard. And when I say it caught people off guard, I want y'all to listen to this interview with the media that Kelsey Mitchell had. Let's take a listen to what Kelsey Mitchell had to say.
We're talking to Sophie about just the level of frustration with the group right now. You guys had a meeting yesterday. How would you assess where the mood is at with the team and how you guys move on from those 2 losses?
How y'all know we had a meeting?
Sophie told us.
Oh. Well. I think it's a part of being a family, you know. I think it's a part of, if you think everything is glitz and glamour, then you're mistaken. I think that hard times make you, or hard times can break you, and hopefully it don't break us. And I think
y'all heard what Kelsey Mitchell said. How did y'all know
important.
that?
I think you find out a lot about yourself, about where you need to be, where you're missing the mark, and I think that I'm happy that it's happening now. If there is frustrations, and I would rather it be now than later. That's all I say.
Did it feel productive to you?
I think so. I think it's about being honest with yourself. I think our culture has been tested, like to figure out if we actually truly intentional about who we say we want to be, and only time will tell, you know.
Sophie talked about kind of going line for line, like offense, defense, throughout that meeting. Just what did you take from it?
Wow.
I think it was a little bit more just. I think I took away from it just having a little bit more grace. You thought you was there. You thought you had made certain steps as a group, and you know you kind of get punched in the face this past weekend, and I don't know. You get battle tested to figure out where you truly are, and I think that's the takeaway, to really recognize and be honest about where our group is, and being authentic at that, and then making the changes necessary to be great.
So what's the balance of you're 8 games into a season, like you said, you got to give yourself grace, but also you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You're all perfectionists, and
Yeah.
trying to get there as soon as possible.
I think it's a fine balance of being responsible as a pro. You're not crazy. You're not stupid if you know you're not doing something you're supposed to be doing. I like to think that we all hang our hats on honesty, and so hopefully the last couple games, the last week or so, has just been about being honest about where you are, because you don't have a lot of time, but also being embraced by the fact that you're doing it with other people. Like I could do it with Soph next to me, with Cece next to me, and so you're not alone. And so those parts feel good, but as a pro, you know that you don't have a lot of time.
If the answer is
Now, you heard what Kelsey Mitchell had to say, man. We're going to stop it right there. But Kelsey Mitchell did go on to say something about the defense and where it starts. And she did say it starts at the point of attack. So basically, she's talking about Caitlin Clark. It's a lot of frustration going on in that Indiana Fever locker room. And there's mutiny on the ship because the reporter told Kelsey Mitchell everything that Sophie Cunningham discussed to them about what was going on in the meeting. Now, on top of that, they have fired one of their long-term reporters and cut off his credentials because he's reporting on, Caitlin Clark. And basically, the team is basically saying, or the organization is saying, that he's giving out too much information. He's just doing his job. And that's the crazy thing, man. So let's take a look at what Scott Agnes had to say in reference to that. He said, an update for subscribers and Fever fans. After the Indiana Fever revoked my credential access, I want readers to understand what happened and why I stand by the reporting and what it means for future coverage. He said, good afternoon. I wanted to share an important update regarding my coverage of the Indiana Fever, right? He said, the Indiana Fever Public Relations informed me via email that my credential access to all team events have been revoked. They said it was due to the spread of inaccurate, unsustainable information, and cited my tweet about Caitlin Clark being ruled out 100 minutes before the defeat of the Portland Fire on May 20th. The Fever PR briefly spoke with me before the game to ask me about the tweet and state that it believed it was false. However, there was no meeting or further conversation before the decision to revoke my credentialed access was communicated to me. In my response, I told the organization I stand by my reporting and the intent behind it. Because many of you subscribe to Fieldhouse Files specifically for Fever coverage, I believe it is important to be transparent about what happened. The reporting in question was not behind a paywall. It was available to anyone who wanted to read it. It was based on information from a trusted league source. The story provided additional details and was updated before tip-off to include head coach Stephanie White's pregame comments. Here's my portion of the story. Clark was visibly at practice on Tuesday, but White said Clark did not participate. She got treatment yesterday and went through workouts after practice. She said, I reported earlier that there is no injury or concern. White confirmed that. She's healthy, said White, adding, we're not managing anything. This is just a back issue that we want to make sure we give the time to be ready. I also wrote that it was part of my strategic management plan for Clark, who missed all but 13 games last season due to several injuries. This was not insinuated load management, but rather emphasized the precautionary measures given what she experienced last season. The Indiana's fourth game in 8 days, with another one coming on Friday against the Golden State Valkyries. It said Clark is playing almost 31 minutes a game and is one of the several players to wear a black heated pad around her back when not in the game. There's a lot of stress on one's body when ramping up back to full workload, and she hasn't played significant minutes since late July. This is how beat reporting works. Reporting the news, gathering information, context, speaking sources, and update readers as new information becomes available. And see, that is crazy that reporting on Caitlin Clark got his credentials revoked. That's why I said there's mutiny on the ship. It's turmoil for this Indiana Fever because they got championship aspirations and they're not exceeding them expectations right now. And Kelsey Mitchell touched on it. And basically, guys, you can slice it and dice it how you want. All her stands say that Caitlin Clark is the best player in the WNBA, but the team is not benefiting from it. Sometimes a lot of people say they play better without Caitlin Clark. Some people say the flow is much better without Caitlin Clark. But when Caitlin Clark is in the game, they want people to just stand around and watch Caitlin go to work. That's not working. The last 2 games Caitlin Clark has been on the floor, she has absolutely stunk it up. And that's been part of the problem for the Indiana Fever. It's too inconsistent. She's not efficient. And it's some games she does well, but they still not winning. And games that she do bad, they not winning. So where is the fine line? Where is the fine line? Like I said, man, this team is in turmoil, man. The ship is sinking. There's mutiny on the ship. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. Might not be for you, but it might be for them. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.